Good afternoon everyone, my name is April Rose R. Salon and I am going to discuss to you the different apparatus used in analytical chemistry. So my objectives is to know the uses of the apparatus in laboratory. So number 1 is the graduated cylinder. A graduated cylinder, also known as a measuring cylinder or mixing cylinder, is a common piece of laboratory equipment used to measure volume of a liquid. A graduated cylinder is used routinely for measuring volume and is considered more accurate than a beaker because of the permanently marked incremental graduations incorporated in the cylinder. The volumetric flask. A volumetric flask is a piece of laboratory apparatus, a type of laboratory flask calibrated to contain a precise volume at a certain temperature. A volumetric flask is used when it is necessary to know both precisely and accurately the volume of the solution that is being prepared. Like volumetric pipettes, volumetric flasks come in different sizes depending on the volume of the solution being prepared. The next one is the Erlenmeyer flask. An Erlenmeyer flask, also known as a conical flask or a titration flask, is a type of laboratory flask which features a flat bottom, a conical body, and a cylindrical neck. Erlenmeyer flasks are used to contain liquids and for mixing, heating, cooling, incubation, filtration, storage, and other liquid handling processes. Their slanted sides and narrow necks allow the contents to be mixed by swirling without the risk of spills, which is useful for titration and for boiling liquids. The next one is the boiling flask. The boiling flask, also known as a round bottom flask, is a chemical vessel with a spherical body and a cylindrical neck. It is most often used when heating solution, particularly for distillation. The volumetric pipette. A volumetric pipette, bulb pipette, or Billy pipette allows extremely accurate measurement to 4 significant figures of the volume of a solution. Volumetric pipettes are commonly used in analytical chemistry to make laboratory solutions from a base stock as well as to prepare solutions for titration. Moore pipette. A Moore pipette, also known as a graduated pipette, is a type of pipette used to measure the volume of the liquid dispensed. Although not as accurately as a volumetric pipette, these use a series of marked lines as on a graduated cylinder to indicate the different volumes. And the serological pipette. The serological pipette is a nearly ubiquitous laboratory instrument used for transferring milliliter volumes of liquid. Serological pipettes typically have gradations along their sides for measuring the amount of liquid being aspirated or dispensed. The Eppendorf micropipette. Eppendorf micropipettes are common laboratory tool used to measure and transport liquid. Due to the cost of these useful instruments, you'll have to take care to preserve their condition. Pipettes also have different color tips which represent different dosages. The glass head value burette. Burette is a laboratory apparatus commonly used to dispense and measure variable amounts of liquid or sometimes gas within chemical industrial testing, especially for the titration process in a volumetric analysis. Burettes can be specified according to their volume, resolution, and accuracy of dispensing. The Teflon value burette. Burette or volumetric burette is a volumetric measuring laboratory glassware which is used in analytical chemistry for accurate dispensing of variable and for measuring the volume of a liquid, specifically one of the reagents in a titration. So that's all for my conclusion, and therefore I conclude that while using the apparatus in the laboratory, we need to be careful to avoid accident. Before using the apparatus, we need to study first how to use it to avoid accident in the future. That's all. Thank you for listening.